Hi, in this video we're going to review 5 types of basic seams. The first one is a plain seam, which is the basics of any sewing project you're going to make.
We place our fabrics right sides together and stitch along the edge, trying to keep our line straight. Let's see an example in real fabric now. With our fabric right sides together, we align the edge and sew a straight line along it. This is the basis of many projects you are going to sew and seams we are going to see. And this is the final result. Of course, on the right side you won't see any threads or anything, but the wrong side will need some knitting. And you can see this type of seam on many garments you have, especially on side seams.
The second one is a top stitch seam, which adds strength to the garment, or it can be used also as a decorative stitch.
We start with the seam we did before, and then on the wrong side we'll sew along the two edges we were left with. And once you flip it upside down, remember to press along the seam so you get a nice and neat finish. I chose this fabric and thread combination so you could see easily how they look. You can always leave it like this or stitch along the other side so you have a double one. And this is the final result. It's a really nice seam, quite decorative and really strong. That's why you can see it in leather garments and upholstery.
The third one is a fell seam, and it's really strong, so you can see it especially in jeans.
Now we're going to sew on our right side. We're going to sew a straight stitch, cut the excess, fold and stitch along the new edge.
Now it's time for our fabric. We're going to stitch on the right side, having wrong sides together. Keeping it as straight as possible. And securing the end with a double stitch. Once we've done that, we're going to fold the side we didn't cut around the one we did, so we keep all the edges hidden. And this is the final result. It's a really nice seam with the double stitch on top and the folded bit. And once you flip it inside out, you'll see that the edge is all hidden. You don't see any raw edges, you don't have to zigzag stitch or serge or anything. It's quite nice.
And you can see this type of finish on any denim garment you have. It can be a skirt, a jacket, they all have it because of its strength.
The fourth one is a French seam, which is really nice and neat because all the edges are kept hidden.
We are going to sew on our right sides again, and once this is done, we're going to turn it inside out and sew along the wrong side so everything is kept hidden. And as always, we're going to keep our line as straight as possible. Once your first seam is done, remember to trim along the edge so you get a professional finish. And once you fold it back, you'll get your new seam.
On the right side, you can't really tell the difference between this one and a plain seam, but once you flip it inside out, you'll see that we have a little sandwich going on where our edges are hidden. I really like this finish because you don't need to use a serger or make a zigzag stitch, and I use it in the last video I made when I did my wrap skirt. And the fifth one is a Hong Kong seam, which is really nice because it uses a bias tape to cover the raw edges. We are going to sew our plain seam, and then on the wrong side we're going to add a bias tape to finish it, but being really careful about how to sew it. We'll see it in a minute. We have probably now mastered the plain seam situation, and then once we finish, it's time for the bias tape. What's important about the bias tape is to remember to open it and sew right on the folded bit. Once we finish with this seam, we can now fold it back to place and sew another seam on top. It's really important to do this because if we don't, we'll get patches where the machine hasn't stitched the bias tape to the fabric. And here it is. Again, the right side it's the same as any other seam, but on the wrong side you can see the bias tape finish. On the right side I did it properly, and on the left side I tried to do it all at once to show you how not to do it. And you can see this type of finish in coats that don't have any lining. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful. And remember to subscribe, it's free and that way you don't miss anything. So see you next week. Bye.